Hi, my name is Adela Omer, and today I will be discussing depression. People always say to never judge a book by its cover, and in my eyes, that is a saying that has forever changed my life. You can never understand what someone is going through on the inside, and because depression is an illness that stems internally, you can never imagine who could possibly be fighting it. Today, I'll be discussing exactly what depression is, some interesting facts about depression, the symptoms of depression, how to diagnose depression, and what's most importantly to me, the treatment method for those who are going through depression. Depression is a very common but serious illness that interferes with not only the individual going through the depression, but those who are around them as well. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. Imagine waking up every day and not having the same love and enthusiasm for the things that you once did. The first type of depression is called psychotic depression. This occurs when a person has severe depression plus some forms of psychosis. The second type of depression is called postpartum depression, and this is a little bit more familiar to people. It occurs in women who have just recently given birth, and it becomes hard for them to adjust to the new responsibilities of having a child. And the third type of depression is called seasonal affective disorder, and it is characterized by the onset of darkness during the winter months when there's no more natural light. Even with all of these forms of depression, people fail to realize how important depression is and how it is growing daily. According to Mark Tyrrell and Roger Elliott's book, The Depression and Learning Path, the average age of depression begins from 25 to 29, and there are depression in people from different lifestyles, ages, backgrounds, and things of that sort. Now that I've discussed what depression is, I'll begin to discuss how depression is diagnosed and some of the most important symptoms that come along with depression. The first step to trying to diagnose depression is knowing who you are as an individual. Making sure that you know what's right with your body and what's not is very important. And as soon as you feel like something's not right, that is when you should head to the doctor. According to the Mental Health Association of America, there is no simple depression test. So with that being said, symptoms can vary between individuals, and some of them can be masked from other disorders. The most common thing a doctor will do is give you a physical examination, and a blood test will be administered just to make sure you don't have things like blood infections or viral infections or even thyroid disorders. If all of the blood tests come back negative, that's when the doctor and the patient will begin to sit down and talk about things like family issues, friendship issues, money issues, and things of that sort. According to the University of Michigan, one of the most common symptoms of depression has to do with how you feel inside. So feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and guilt are things and red flags where you should definitely make an appointment with your doctor if you're consistently feeling that way. There are also a lot of physical symptoms that an individual needs to pay attention to. Tiredness, back pain, aches, excessive weight gain and weight loss are also symptoms that should make you make an appointment with your doctor. It is very important to understand that sometimes any healthy person can feel that way. It's important to distinguish what's right for you and what's not. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, there are several forms of psychotherapy that are effective when it comes to treatment. The first method is called cognitive behavioral therapy, and it works to replace any negative and unproductive thoughts and patterns that one may experience. So rather than thinking about all of the things that are going wrong in your life, you need to start thinking about all of the things that are going right. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America also stated that treatment often involves facing one's fears as part of the recovery process. Now, many people like me love talking about their problems and love to feel like somebody can almost relate so that they don't feel alone, and that's when joining support groups can be an effective method of treatment. Today I discussed what depression is, symptoms of depression, how to diagnose depression, and the treatment methods. Depression is a very serious illness that affects people daily, and it is always important to make sure that you take your health seriously and your happiness seriously. And if you are to ever feel like you are suffering from depression, you are not alone, and you will get out of it. Thank you so much.